How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your new moon in Sagittarius horoscope for Libra. Libra, this new moon is happening super late into December 6th, going into December 7th. It is happening at 15 degrees Sagittarius, and it is happening in your third house. Not one, not two, not four, but three. So this new moons are all about cleaning out energy, resetting intentions, just kind of settling into new stuff. With this being in Sagittarius, where Jupiter is now, where we're talking about faith, belief, adventure, fun stuff, this is happening in your third house of your communication, of your writing and speaking style. It has a lot to do with your siblings and your immediate environment, but the third house is also kind of like, the first house is who you are, the second house is what you have, and the third house is how you use it, how you use what you have, how you use, everything that you got to your best ability. And as we have this new moon in Sag, this is going to be about resetting new intentions and clearing out that old energy with going about things in a new way. Jupiter's now in your third house, where Jupiter wants you to have more expression, more positive beliefs, and Jupiter being in Sagittarius wants you to utilize that. Jupiter wants to be used. Use him like a piece of trash. Jupiter's like, please use me to your advantage. Put more Jupiter energy into your life. Have more faith, have more fun, be more optimistic. And this new moon is just cleaning and clearing out that energy of your third house, of your mindset, how you communicate, and really how you utilize yourself. And it's bringing in more of that Jupiter space of abundance, of faith, of positivity. And you kind of just have to let it go. You kind of just have to go with it. But the other couple things that are happening with this new moon is it is going to be squaring Mars. Mars is going to hit Neptune, and this is going to be in your 6th house. So as we have this square with Mars and this new moon, and while Mars is conjuncting Neptune in your 6th house, I think you're also going to become very aware of what your problems are. Because the 6th house is about your routine, your habits, your everyday, what you're doing. Has a lot to do with your health, has a lot to do with things breaking and falling apart. The 6th house also has to do with your sense of service and employment in this world. So with Mars hitting Neptune, Mars has been in Pisces where things are unclear, your health, your habits are kind of like shifting on an everyday basis. As Mars hits Neptune, it's going to become very black and white of where you need to be putting in your energy on an everyday level, on a habitual level, and especially with your health, especially with, your employment. It's kind of like, what are you doing every single day? And it's kind of like, I don't know. Mars hitting Neptune is like, oh, I realize I have been wasting time here and maybe I should be focused more on this. As Mars squares this new moon too, where we're talking about your third house of your ability to do things, this is where it's going to become like, oh, if I want to see this change in my world, I have to be the change and I want to see in the world. I'm like, whoa. But this new moon is kind of like, all right, you have time to do things in a whole new way, in a much more Jupiter way, in a much more positive way. With Mars squaring Neptune and Mars conjuncting Neptune and squaring this new moon, this is when it's going to be like, okay, I really have to do things in a new way because here's all of the problems that I'm realizing and all of the stress that's coming with it. The other thing that's happening with this new moon is that Mercury is going to go direct in Scorpio in your 2nd house, where we are talking about your money, your resources, your finances, your physical, material possessions and what you have. And as Mercury goes direct in Scorpio, you're going to be really clear about what you have and what you value, and really being able to understand like, hey, this is what I have. It's up to me to really utilize it in the best way. And Mercury in Scorpio is very truthful, very raw, very real. It's going to be like, whoa, okay, now that I realize the assets that I have and what I can really do with them, it's time to look at the issues, acknowledge the problems, and realize that there's a better way to do this, a healthier way to do this, a healthier way to be, a healthier way to communicate, a healthier way to think. And I do believe that this new moon in Sagittarius is cleaning up and clearing out all of that energy around your ability to do things and being like, hey, it's time to step up your game. It's time to do things in a much positive, more healthier way. And it's going to come with realizing the issues and the problems and realizing what it is that you have to work with that. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, liking, commenting, and sharing and subscribing. And I'll be seeing you guys for the next lunation.